My name is Nathan Garofalo, and I'm here to talk to you guys today more about the CBS Corporation. The goal of today's presentation is to decide if I would invest or not invest after my research. Just some of the, what I'll talk about in the presentation are the key financials, the short-term financing, long-term financing, and an investment decision. Just some history about CBS. They actually never IPO'd. The initial public offering was when they were bought up by Viacom in 2006. They later spun off from Viacom and were started trading at about $30. Some of the other stuff is last year they netted $1.2 billion, and they're in their main sector is television broadcasting, but their other business ventures are film, literature, and public radio. Just looking at some of the asset ratios for CBS, we can look at just one that sticks out right away, the average collection period. This means it takes them 90 days to collect on their receivables. Now, in the industry where that takes 46 days. Now, that looks off, but the industry is made up of mostly small to medium-sized firms that do strictly television broadcasting. With CBS doing so many other things, they're stretched rather thin on their collecting. Looking at the current liabilities, since the current ratio is above 1, if their debt was to be called in right away, they'd be allowed, they'd still be able to remain open and not go bankrupt. Their current liabilities are standard, closely in line with the rest of the firms in the industry. Just looking at the short-term financing, they have over roughly 3.7 billion in current liabilities, and their net receivables, which is the money they come and bring back in, is about 3.3. So if all their current liabilities were called in at once, they would not be able to pay them off with the money they have on hand. So that's where commercial paper comes in. Commercial paper is a way of borrowing money, short-term money, without having to put up collateral. They have about 450 billion in commercial paper, excuse me. With the added influx of cash from the commercial paper, they can afford now to pay off their current liabilities. Looking at the long term, they are about 75 to 25, give or take a little bit, in bonds and common stock, and debt to equity. They have about 18 bonds, with the yield of maturity being about 2.8 to about 7. This is a little dangerous because of there's a lot of bonds compared to some of the other companies in the industry. They have about $4 billion worth of bonds coming due in the next 5 years. That's kind of dangerous. That could lead to some financial troubles, especially since their income is coming down. With the common stock, you have two types, Class A and Class B. The difference between the two is Class A has voting rights, while Class B does not. And in the end, I decided that it would not be beneficial for me to invest because America seems to be going through what's being called cord cutting. It's where people are switching from cable, their traditional cable package, and going to something that they can watch on demand, such as Netflix, Hulu, or PlayStation View. They also have about $4 billion in bonds coming due in the next 5 years, and with that combined with their decreasing net income at the end of the year, it's causing them to it could cause them to go lose value. Also, in the end, I just decided that it would not be acceptable for a long-term investment in CBS. Thank you for listening.